What if I told you I didn't get moments like this very often? Last year, every time that I had a moment like this, it was spent in tears. I associated silence with sadness and loneliness because that was what I felt every time I was confronted with it. Spotify was my best friend, and when I didn't have that, I had YouTube, and when I didn't have that, I had my friends. It was never just me in the silence, and that was okay, until it wasn't. I guess for those of you who just want the TLDR, I mean, this low-key changed the way that I viewed myself for the better. At the start of the month, it was like, oh my gosh, can this girl who's addicted to music go without music for a month? Like, yes, she can, and she could do it again if she really wanted to. It was never that serious. And if that's all that you came for, then go ahead and click off the video now. The rest is kind of showing how we got to this point.
Feels like something out of a coming of age movie.
And then something traumatic happened.
That's what I want my video at the end of the month to be.
Traumatic?
No!
I've been exposed to music my entire life. Here are my Spotify stats before somebody asks me. You know, among a lot of my friends, that's more than the average person, but I have met some people who had their stats in the 100,000s, so it is perfectly healthy to love music and to listen to music a lot. But for me, music was more of a escape. I am definitely what you'd call a hopeless romantic. Most of the time spent by myself is spent daydreaming. In fact, I have Spotify playlists literally just for that. But to the extent that I was doing it, it was not healthy. Imagine. Let's hope you can actually see me. It's been a little bit over a week. I can tell you now that while I was much happier before I started the challenge, there are a lot of things I've been pushing away and not working through by listening to music. By not having that crutch, I'm like forced to hear those thoughts, and not only hear them, but to acknowledge them because I don't have music to just push them away immediately. I realized that I don't talk to myself as nicely as I talk to other people. You know, and they say, like, you wouldn't say that to someone else, so why would you say that to yourself? I realized I had a lot of those moments where it's just like self-doubt, negative self-talk, and all of that, where I didn't think I did because I was listening to music all the time, so those thoughts never occurred. So it never happened to me. But it was once I pulled the plug on music, it was like, oh, it does happen to me, and a lot more than I thought it did.
Dancing the Reeboks with the strap. With the strap. Turned around and gave a big booty a slap. Hey! She hit the floor. Next thing you know, shawty got low, 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 low.
Okay, it is currently the 20th. The 21st makes 3 weeks of no music, and here's what I've learned so far. I really miss Chase Atlantic, Stray Kids, lo-fi, Genshin Impact music. Twice. All my K-pop groups. I miss Baekhyun, although he comes back next month. I am a lot more in tune with my emotions and needs and like thoughts now, though. However, this last week has been really bad for me because I had a stomach bug. I spent a lot of it at home, kind of quarantined and like alone. That time spent alone was really difficult without music. Like I called friends. I texted people. I played a bazillion games of pool over iMessage. It's just one more week. Okay, he put on headphones, so I feel a lot less weird about this. Another thing that had changed is I feel like my stress level cut itself in half, and I'm not really sure how. I was always in a hurry for like everything. I was like, oh, I didn't get this done. I need to get that done, and this, that, and the other. And I also need to meet up with my friends afterwards, and I need to film this thing for this other thing, and make sure I write this up, and just like slow down a ton. Like stopping to smell the roses a lot more than I was before.
Oh, that's so bad.
No, this one look better.
And he would take us to the North Coast, so we would get to go to Dunn's River Falls and, you know, just spend the day at the beach there.
What?
Yeah,
Does my dad remember this?
of course. Ask him.
I will.
It is the last day of January, which means the last day of no music. So I'm currently sitting in my mom's store, which usually has music playing all the time, in complete silence because I had to open up today. Why is this gala apple kind of bad? Anyways, I am like not afraid of the silence anymore. Like if things were too quiet, I would just be so unsettled. And now it's like I'm used to it. My thoughts are a lot louder now. I also feel more emotionally stable somehow. It's like something bad happens, I acknowledge that something bad happened, I let myself feel whatever I need to feel, and then I move on with the rest of my day. And like, that's it. The only thing at this point is that I really miss music. But yeah, I no longer feel dependent on music. Yeah, this is kind of bad.
Baby, oh my God, yes, on that. I was really hoping that.
Driving in silence was so bad at first.
I drove the whole 40 minutes here in silence, and I thought to myself, you could cheat, girl. No one would know, but I would know. And that is the horrible truth about integrity, and that's just going to eat away at me. So I decided against it.
Now, I'm so used to it to the point of where I'm forgetting to put on music. Throughout this video, I've been putting music over the times where I was having fun and leaving the times where I was alone in silence, so you could feel how lonely it felt. But to be honest, by the end of the month, the silence had become comfortable, something I had conquered. I was finally comfortable just being by myself, and that feels like the biggest takeaway from this experiment. It no longer felt like silence bad, music good, but more like both are wonderful in moderation. If you don't think you could do this, I would highly suggest a week, just to test yourself. It's worth it in my opinion. And of course, when I woke up on February 1st, you know what the first thing I had to do was.
I got